So this is part 2 of our clean and jerk series, and today we're going over the jerk. We've already done this, I've already covered this in the clean in the first part. So today we're going to discuss the jerk. And when we're talking the jerk from an athlete development point of view, again, like our clean, we don't have to go to our full progress all the way up to our split jerk to be able to have real world application from an athletic development point of view. So from an athlete's point of view, the key things that we're developing with our jerk or with our jerk progressions is that we're again teaching power through our hips. So it's hip extension, hip and knee extension in particular. And then it's overhead strength and mobility, which that is, I guess, a consequence or byproduct of what the jerk also brings. So this is why I really like it from an athlete development point of view. Obviously, from a clean and jerk as a sport point of view, then we really want to be able to go as low as we can in that catch, like our clean, to be able to move more weight. So let's go through all the progressions of the jerk. So the first progression is just learning how to press with our barbell. So we take that onto the shoulder, and the key setup here is that we have the barbell resting on our shoulders, and we have, unlike the clean catch, is that we have our fingers on the bar so that we can just press straight up. Back to the shoulders, press straight up. That's the first thing. Obviously, that's not a power movement. What we're really doing there is just getting used to pressing overhead. So it's a good way to build overhead strength or vertical push strength. The next one is the simplest version of this jerk, apart from obviously the straight press, that adds in that power element. It's a push press. So with this, we just dip our knees, and throw it off. Dip and throw. So what I'm really doing is emphasizing the throw off the shoulders. So I'm thinking about dip, and that part can be slower. So we're dipping, and then it's a real drive up, and that drive up is extending our hips and knees together really quickly. What that does is creates velocity on the bar. So we're trying to actually move the bar off our shoulders without having to do any work through our triceps or shoulders to actually push it off. So by the time I don't actually start to do any sort of work in that upper body until it gets to about here. And then all I'm doing is using that velocity to then press out. That's a really simple version of our O-lifts that we can really train to get loaded power into an athlete as soon as possible. So that's a really great variation if you want to develop power and speed for sport. So power for sport, with load. That's your best, most simplest version, and you really don't have to go much beyond that. The next thing is a push jerk. So it's just a slight difference between these two, but I'll explain what happens. The setup is the same as our first two lifts. We dip, drive, and then I'll do that one again for you. So it's dip and touch. So what we're doing is we're dipping and pushing up like our push press, but then once it's starting to go up, that's when we beat the bar and duck under. So it's just re-bending of those knees slightly. So we want to get into that squat position and holding overhead, but it's not going too low there. So that way we just ultimately, once we get technically better, we're able to move more load than in a push press. That's the really good advantage from an athlete development point of view, is that we get able to move more weight, get more powerful because we're adding that more weight. The final variation is our split jerk. This one you'll see at the Olympics. So this This just gets you a little bit lower in that catch. Again, it's not too complicated, but each variation does increase in complexity as we go through. So the key thing here, set up on our shoulders, dip, and punch under. Some people will find that split jerk easier than the actual push jerk, so just play around with that one. If you are using that ongoingly from an athlete development point of view, switch legs each time. If you're doing cleans and jerks as an actual sport in itself, then you can just use that one foot, because it's about getting strong in that position, which is your catch position, to get ultimately as good as you can be for that specific sport. So that's your jerk variations. Really, really good movement to use to develop power in whether you are an athlete or just general population as well, just being able to develop some power. Really great movements. Try those ones at home. Start with the most basic and then work your way from there. Thanks again.